Hi, welcome to BrickView. I'm Mike.
And I'm Kevin. Very good question is, what Lego sets do you invest in?
So today we're talking about what Lego sets to invest in if you want to make money in the future from Lego. Now this is always going to be a debate. Some people think some things are better than others. Let's talk about it. What's the thing that you want to talk about first, Kevin?
Well, I kind of want to discuss some of them just to kind of get an idea of what is good for investing. I mean, some sets have been out for a long time. Some sets have been out for a shorter amount of time. Some are really big, some are small. I mean, do we go for the big sets? Do we go for the small sets? I mean, those are all interesting questions. I kind of want to bring up the Ferris Wheel, actually. It looks like it's probably going to be at the end of its run in not too long. And I'm just wondering, maybe that's a good set to invest in.
I'm not sure it's near its end of its run. I think it might have another year to go, or maybe even two. But it is definitely a good set to invest in. I mean, everyone's seen what's happened to the Grand Carousel and the various other large circus things. This is a big set that won't have sold that many compared to the smaller stuff. So there won't be that many flooded the market when it does retire. So I reckon that's a good bet for investing in. So if you want to get something that's a little bit more likely to raise in price quickly, get the Batman Tumbler, which is just retired. If you can still pick it up at retail price, then great. But I think that's going to skyrocket in price over the years. And I think in 5 years' time, that's going to be like the UCS Millennium Falcon. I think it's got great minifigs. It's a really, really massive vehicle. I think it's a sure thing to be a great investment over the next 5 years.
What about other licensed themes like The Simpsons? I mean, The Simpsons house, yes, it's been out for a while, but it's a huge set. And I'm just thinking, down the line, that might be really, really interesting for collectors.
It could go one of two ways, I guess. It could be very collectible because it's an expensive set and there may not be as many produced as other sets. I don't know the production rates on the Simpsons stuff. But the other side of it is, once the theme dies, there is less traffic searching for it on eBay and various other places to look for it. It's not like the Star Wars stuff, which the Star Wars theme goes on and on after things have retired. So I'm not sure the Simpsons stuff is collectible as an investment.
What I like about it is that it's an iconic item from The Simpsons, and for once, I don't think it's going to lose any value, though.
Absolutely. I don't think any set over the £100 mark particularly would lose value. But whether it's going to be one of those skyrocketing sets, I don't think it is. I think it'll probably double in price, maybe, that kind of thing, which is a good return. But the thing about big sets like that is you've got to keep them in good condition. And if you're going to sit on that for 3 years, you've got to protect it.
Well, when it comes to investing in Lego sets, it's been really popular to invest in the Modulars. What do you think about that, Mike?
I'm not sure about the Modulars. I mean, the Modulars are a great investment, don't get me wrong. But I'm not sure they sell for the price they're listed at on eBay and various places, on Bricklink and stuff. I mean, people list a modular that's just retired for like 3 times the price it was at retail. And just because someone's listing it that doesn't mean it's being sold at that. I mean, I know that from buying various things that are retired. Just because people want to sell it for that doesn't mean it's worth that yet. The Modulars will quite easily double in price, I guess, over 3 years. The Pet Shop is the next one to go, and I think it might have saturated the market. I think there's been a bit of a movement recently where they've been producing more and people have been putting them away as an investment, and just the nature of that means there's going to be more of them pop up in a year's time when it's retired, and you won't get the same value out of it. Not like the old ones, the Cafe Corners and the Grand Emporiums and stuff like that, which was just on the brink of when people started to realise these are good investments.
Yes, I think when you get to a point when people realize that these are the sets to invest in, then so many people are going to do it that it's, like you said, it's going to saturate the market.
Yeah, I sort of think so. But, I mean, there is another range, of course, of the large architecture sets like the Tower Bridge and the Sydney Opera House, which I expect the Tower Bridge to retire very soon and the Sydney Opera House probably a year later. I think they're a great investment. I don't think they've been sold as much as the Modulars. I don't think there's as much out there. I know they've been out for a long time. The Tower Bridge is an old set. But I still think when that retires, people are going to really panic and want to buy it because it's a great set and it's full of pieces.
I still see it on the shelf everywhere I go, though.
Absolutely, yeah. But you can say that about other things. Things disappear really quick. I mean, I'm just waiting for that pet shop to disappear. It's pretty much gone from most stores. I can't see it in my Toys R Us anymore. The Smith's Toy Superstores have a few, but not many. And I reckon things disappear really quickly. And that Tower Bridge is destined to disappear very quickly soon.
So what if you go for the smaller architecture set, like the Empire State Building, or I kind of feel like if you are the type who collects the architecture set, you're the type that displays them, and you're probably going to want the entire series. So if you're missing one, you're going to be looking for and probably paying a little more for the set you're missing. I don't know. What do you think of that, Mike?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, first of all, a smaller set is always a bigger gamble. The bigger sets don't sell as much. There's not as many people out there, and then people want them. The smaller sets, they take up less space for storage, I suppose. They're cheaper to buy, so you could easily put them away without worrying about the price difference. I'm just not sure that maybe those architecture sets are in the public domain enough. I'm not sure there's enough people who are going to want to buy them in the future. I mean, I know I would quite like to buy a couple of them now, but I don't think it's going to be as popular as a Star Wars set or a Batman set or anything like that. I think if you're going to invest money, you put it somewhere else, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think if you do have quite a bit of money that you can spare to put away for a little bit, the large Star Wars sets are always a good deal.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the large Star Wars sets will stick prices and they'll increase, no problem. The mid-range, I guess, the Mos Eisley's Cantina is a great set because it was well received. There's some great minifigs in it, and it's gone now. It's gone really quickly. And unless they replace it with a similar set, I think that's probably the most collectible set of the year from Star Wars.
I wanted to touch a little bit on Lego ideas too, because I feel like the Ghostbusters car Ecto 1 could be a set that might be interesting also in the future for people who like to collect that kind of stuff. And it seems like some of the idea sets have a very short run with a very few sets being put out there. And look at the Doctor Who. It was like gone off the shelf as soon as it came out. Now they're probably going to make more of them, but I mean those could be good sets.
Yeah, they are making a lot of them. I mean the earlier sets that they made from Lego Ideas were much more limited. Certainly the Ghostbusters set, there have been a lot of them about. They've been going a long time. It's just whether the interest lies with the theme, I suppose, with the Ghostbusters stuff. We have the Ghostbusters Firehouse. If there's more Ghostbusters sets coming on, then it may increase the value of that Ghostbusters car. Obviously, as a thing, the Ghostbusters car with the figures is a great thing to have. And I expect in 10 years, 15 years' time, it's going to be a massively collectible thing. But it's just whether in the short term, 5 years, whether it's a good investment.
Yeah, I think it all depends a little bit on the future of Ghostbusters in Lego also, but also the future of Ghostbusters, because summer 2016, I think it is, there's going to be a new Ghostbusters movie, so it kind of depends on how popular that is. Is it gonna drive a new generation of Ghostbusters fans out there? Is it, just like the Star Wars has? I think all of those things are coming into the equation.
I don't know anything about the new Ghostbusters film, but if Lego have the license for it, which they do, and if there's some new figures, which there are, and if there's a new vehicle, which there almost certainly will be, I'm guessing that's a good set to make for Lego.
I would say, though, if it was me today and I was going out in the store to find a set that is on the shelf right now that I would pick up and store for a little while, it would probably be the Creator Volkswagen T1 camper van. That's what I think.
I think it's got legs because it actually fits nicely with the Mini Cooper and various other cars that they're bringing out. So yeah, it has life on, and the Creator range always goes on anyway. So it's probably a very good investment because it is a great model. My investing strategy, I have an issue with buying big sets. I tried it with the Fire Brigade. I bought 3 Fire Brigades, the Creator sets, and within 2 weeks I'd opened all 3 of them because I wanted the pieces out of them to make the Japanese restaurant. I don't think, I mean, I have 3 pet shops, well, two closed pet shops and 1 that I've built. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to keep them as an investment because I'm going to want to build them. So my investment for the future is going to be in CMFs, I think. I think CMFs and Mixels are the way forward. You don't have the same massive sale, as it were, but equally you can dribble them out. I'm going to put a box of CMFs, the Monsters and the Mixels, in the loft for 5 years, and then in 5 years' time, everyone will have forgotten about them. And if I can double my money, I paid half price for them. If I double my money, that's a 4 times return. I reckon that's a good return, and it's a dribble return, as it were. There's no big risk to it. I think that's what I'm going to do with investing for the next year.
Well, nobody knows the future, but I think it's about being smart, not doing what everybody else does, because that's going to, again, saturate the market. And yeah, try to be a little bit smart and think ahead what is going to be popular, but nobody really knows.
Well, hold on. You have access to Billund Airport, which allows you access to a very exclusive set. What about that for investing in the future?
Well, if I was going back to the Billund Airport, I would probably stock up and take everything they had in their store with me, if they allowed me to. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these are the things. I have access to Legoland Windsor, which have exclusive sets. Unfortunately, I keep sending them to people instead of keeping them. But I think those sort of things have a market in the future. They're not easily accessible and they're quite limited run.
But we want to hear what you think of investing in Lego. Do you invest in Lego yourself? Do you have ideas of what kind of sets would be popular in the future? What would hold their value? What would lose their value? Or what would double, triple in value for the future? We want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, have we got a hashtag for that, Kevin?
Yes, it's hashtag MyBrickView.
Excellent, yeah, and you can also leave comments down below. So yeah, get involved, talk to us, and be part of it. Thanks very much for watching this video. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.